Hello? I think it's working. Yeah, it's working. Hello, gamers. It's time. We're a little bit delayed today. I got delayed because I did not eat anything, so I'm like, damn, I probably should eat something, and then wrestling happened. I'm like, oh, oops. It was actually really good today. Cannot remember what the I could not remember what my background music for Just Chatting was because I don't normally do Just Chatting. Like, well, it's kind of spooky. Well, I could switch to something a little bit better. Thank you, Dark for the Water Redeem. Oh yeah, that's right. I need to actually turn on my other redeems again. Because I'm not streaming tournament. Yeah, how is everyone? I hope you all had a good time today. We're gonna be doing something a little bit different. Something I kinda actually wanted to start making kind of a regular thing. I might go ahead and host these a little bit later. Probably around this time. Going forward for the foreseeable future. Let me just turn on the channel points. Yeah, this week we're starting off with some, what can we call them? Legendary? I guess they are legendary. Infamous, that's probably a little bit more, I guess, in line with it. We're starting off with Sonic.exe and Jeff the Killer. Arguably, probably one of the first few, I guess one of the first period creepypastas. That's actually something I need to look into too. I'm actually not sure what exactly is the very first. I feel like a lot of those like chain emails back in the day were like the start of creepypasta. Like, make sure you pass this on or you'll be cursed or some yes. Yeah. We'll start off with reading the original creepypasta first, and then I have 2 fan games. One for each creepypasta. Let's see here. Maybe we can do something a little bit more spooky sounding for music, maybe? Let's see. This up this way. There we go. That's all better. Wow, this is so awful. So I had to look through the creepypasta Reddit to find the original. It's freaking the Yandere dev for this person's avatar. I hate this. Alright, we're starting off with Sonic.exe. I like how it says the actual creepypasta for this, by the way. So it starts off with I'm a total Sonic the Hedgehog fan, much like everyone else. I like the newer games, but I don't mind playing the classics. I like how he says everyone else. I don't think I've ever played a glitchy or hack games before. There's gonna be a lot of typos. I'm reading it out with the typos for authenticity, by the way. Though I don't think I want to play any after the experience I had. It started on a nice summer afternoon. I was playing Sonic Unleashed. Oh god. I like how you get to explore the towns in it. Till I noticed out of my peripheral vision that the mailman had arrived and put something in my mailbox as usual and left. Why does it make it sound like it's weird if it's like usual? I paused my game to go see what I got in the mail. The only thing in the mailbox was a CD case for computers and a note. I took it inside. I looked at the note first and realized it was from my dear friend Kyle. Let's just call him that, whom I hadn't heard from in 2 weeks. I know that because I recognized his handwriting, though that was weird is how it looked. It was badly written and scratchy and somewhat difficult to read. The Kyle was having a hard time writing it down and did it in a hurry. This is what he wrote. Tom, I can't take it anymore. I had to get rid of this thing somehow before it was too late, and I was hoping you'd do it for me. Can't do it. He's after me. If you don't destroy this CD, he'll come after you too. He's too fast for me. Please, Tom, destroy this godforsaken disc before he comes after you too. It's too late for me. Destroy the disc, and you'll destroy him. But do it quick, otherwise he'll catch you. Don't even play the game. It's what he wants. Just destroy it. Please, Kyle. Well, that was certainly weird. Well, that was certainly weird. What is this tone? Even though Kyle is my best friend, I haven't seen him in 2 weeks. I didn't do what he asked me. I like how he repeated that he hadn't seen him in 2 weeks again. I didn't think that a simple gaming disc would do anything bad to him. After all, it's just a game, right? Boy, was I wrong about that. Anyway, I looked at the disc and it looks like any ordinary computer CDR disc, except it had a black marker on it written Sonic.exe. It was much it was much unlike Kyle's handwriting. I mean, he must have gotten it from someone else, like a pawn shop or eBay. When I saw Sonic in the writing of the CD, I was actually excited and wanted to play it since I'm a big Sonic fan. I went up to my room and turned on my computer and put the disc in and installed the game. When the title screen popped up, I noticed that it was the first Sonic game. I was like, awesome. Because, like I said earlier, I like the classics. Is this sound audio balancer, y'all? The first thing I noticed that was out of place when I pressed start, there was a split second when I saw the title image turn to something much different. Something that I now consider horrifying before cutting to black. I remember what the image looked like in that split second before the game cut to black. The sky had darkened, the title emblem was rusted and ruined, the Sega 1991 was instead Sega 666, and the water had turned red like blood, except it looked hyper realistic. But the freakiest thing is that was in that split second frame was Sonic. His eyes were pitch black and bleeding with two glowing red dots staring right at me, and his smile had stretched wider up to the edge of his face. I was rather disturbed about that image when I saw it, though I figured it was just a glitch and forgot about it. After it cut to black, it stayed like that for about 10 seconds or so. And then another weird thing happened. The save file select from Sonic the Hedgehog 3 popped up, and I was like, what the fuck? Note that he's typed WTF in the creepypasta. I was like, WTF? What's this doing in the first Sonic game? Anyway, then I noticed something off. The background was dark, cloudy sky of the bad start of Speedway level from Sonic CD, and there were only 3 save files. The music was that creepy Caverns of Winter music from Earthbound, only it was extended and seemed to have been in reverse. My image for the save file where you see the preview of the level you're on is just red static for all 3 files. What freaked me out more was the character select. It showed only Tails, Knuckles, and to my surprise, Dr. Robotnik. Now, I was sure something was up. I mean, how can you play as Robotnik in a classic Sonic game for crying out loud? Yeah, of all the things, yeah, Robotnik, insane. Then that's when I realized that this wasn't a glitchy game. It was a hacked game. Yeah, it definitely looked hacked. It was really creepy. But as a smart gamer, I wasn't scared. Or at least I tried not to be. I told myself that it was just a hacked game, and there was nothing wrong with that. Anyways, shaking off the creeped out feeling, I picked file 1 and chose Tails. When I selected and got started, the game froze for about 5 seconds, and I heard a creepy, pixelated laugh that sounded an awful lot like that Kefka guy from Final Fantasy before cutting to black. The screen stayed black for about 10 seconds or more. Then it showed the typical level title thing, except the simplistic shapes were different shades of red, and the text showed only Hill Act 1. The screen faded in, and the level title vanished, revealing Tales in the Green Zone from Sonic 1. The music was different, though. It sounded like a peaceful melody in reverse. Anyway, I started playing and had Tails start running like he would in any of the classic Sonic games. What was odd was that as Tails was running along the level, there was nothing but flat ground and a few trees for 5 minutes. That was when the peaceful music started to lower down into slow, deep tones very slowly as I kept going. I suddenly saw something and I stopped to see what it was. It was one of the small animals lying dead on the ground bleeding. Turn on the music? Okay. Is that better? Hello, gamers. Might be too quiet. I pick up a little bit more. Let me know as we go on a little bit. Alright, where was I? That was when the music started to slow down. Tails had a shocked and saddened look on his face. I never saw him have before, so I had him move along, and he kept that worried look on his face. See? As he kept moving, I saw more dead animals, and as Tails moved past them, looking more and more worried as the music lowers, and he moves past more dead animals. I was shocked to see how they all died. They looked like somebody killed them in a rather gruesome ways. Squirrel was hanged on a tree with what appeared to be his entrails hanging out. Bunny had all 4 of his limbs torn off, and a duck had his eyes gouged out and his throat slit. Felt sick to my stomach when I saw this massacre, and apparently so did Tails. After a few more seconds, there were no more animals, and the music seemed to have stopped. I still kept Tails to continue. After a minute passed, after the music stopped, Tails was running up the hill and then he stopped. It wasn't until I saw why. Sonic was there on the other side of the screen with his back against Tails with his eyes closed. Tails looked happy to see Sonic, but then his smile faltered. I obviously noticed that Sonic wasn't responding to him. Even if not acting as if he were totally oblivious of Tails' presence. Tails walked slowly towards Sonic and noticed that I wasn't even moving my keyboard to make him move, so this had to have been a cutscene. That's what you think? Suddenly, I began to have a growing feel of dread as Tails walked closer to Sonic to get his attention. Felt that Tails was in danger and something bad was going to happen. I heard faint static growing louder as Tails was but inches away from Sonic and stopped and stuck his hand out to touch him. That foreboding feeling in my gut was growing stronger, and I felt the urge to tell Tails to get away from Sonic as the static grew louder. Suddenly, in a split second, I saw Sonic's eyes open, and they were black with those red glowing dots. Just like that title image, though there wasn't a smile. When that happened, the screen turned black and the static sound was off. Stayed black for about 7 seconds, and then white text appeared, forming a message saying, "Hello, do you want to play with me?" At this point, I was creeped out. I didn't want to continue with the game, but my curiosity got the better of me when I was taken to a different level with the tile now saying hide and seek. This time I was in the Island level from Sonic 3 and it looked like everything was on fire. Tails looked as though he was scared out of his wits this time. He actually looked at me and made frantic gestures to me as if he wanted to get out of the area he was in as fast as possible. I was starting to get freaked out by this. I mean, Tails was actually breaking the fourth wall trying to tell me to get him out of there. So I pressed down on the arrow key as hard as I could to make him run as fast as he could. Pixelated version of that creepy theme when you meet Shadow at the Ark as Robotnik from Sonic Adventure 2 was playing as I made Tails trek through the desolate forest. Trying to help him escape from whatever he was trying to run from. Suddenly I heard that creepy laugh again. That awful Kefka laugh. We can't think of something other than Kefka. Right after 10 seconds had passed, as I helped Tails run through the forest, and then I started seeing flashes of Sonic popping everywhere on the screen, again with those black red eyes. They actually straight up just call it the Kefka laugh. And they keep calling it that. The music changed to that suspenseful drowning jingle as I see Sonic behind Tails slowly gaining up on him, flying. Sonic wasn't running, he was actually flying. Flying pose his sprite was making look very similar to Metal Sonic's flying pose in Sonic CD, except it was just Sonic and he had the black and red eyes again. Only this time he had the most deranged looking grin on his face. He looks as though he was enjoying the torment he was giving the poor little foxes he gained up on him. Suddenly, this is when Tails tripped. Another cutscene. The music stopped and Sonic vanished. Tails lay there and started crying for 15 seconds. The scene was rather upsetting to watch and I kind of teared up myself. Then Sonic appeared right in front of Tails and Tails looked up in horror. Blood started to come down those blackened eyes of Sonic as a grin slowly grew from his face as he looked down at the horrified fox. Could do nothing but watch. Just in a split second, Sonic lunged at Tails right before the screen went black. There was a loud screeching noise that only lasted 5 seconds. The text returned, only this time it said, "You're too slow. Want to try again?" And then that god-awful laugh came with it. I was so shocked by what happened. Did Sonic murder Tails? No, he couldn't have. He and Tails were supposed to be the best friends, right? Why did Sonic do that to him? I shook the shock off as it was brought back to the character select. The save file that had Tails was different. Tails was no longer in the box itself, but in the TV screen itself, which was flickering with that red static. Tails' expression scared me. His eyes were black and bleeding. His orange fur had gone black, and he had the expression of anguish on his face. Trying to ignore it, I picked Knuckles next. The laugh came again and the screen cut to black again and stayed there for another 10 seconds. This time, the level said, "You can't run." I was really freaked out by now. Couldn't really tell if this was a glitch or a hack or some kind of sick, twisted joke or anything, really. But despite my fear of what happened next, I kept playing. The next level looked much different. It had the ground of the scrap brain zone. The sky background looked like the main menu. It had the dark, reddish, cloudy sky. The music that creeped me out the most. It sounded like the Giga theme right after you beat Pokey on Earthbound. I also noticed that Knuckles looked afraid just like Tails did, though not as much. Or rather, he looked a little unnerved. He broke the fourth wall just like Tails and looked as if he wasn't sure about what was going on. I made him move anyway. He ran down the straight pathway in this dark level. As he did, the screen started to flicker and red static a couple times, and then the maddening laugh came again. Then after a few seconds of running, I noticed several bloodstains on the metallic ground. Feeling a growing sense of fear again, thinking something horrible was going to happen to Knuckles, he looked nauseated walking down this bloodstained road, but I kept him going. Suddenly, as Knuckles ran, Sonic appeared right in front of him with those black and red eyes, and the red static appeared again. When the static vanished, showing nothing but black screen with the text saying, "I found you." I was now scared. Sonic found Knuckles already? What was going on? Anyway, the red static came again, and then I was back to the level. Knuckles looked like he was panicking, and Sonic was nowhere to be found. And this time, that high-pitched squealing from the Silent Hill 1's boss was playing. Was this some kind of boss battle with Sonic? Hope to God it wasn't, honestly. Suddenly, Sonic appeared right behind Knuckles and what appeared to be pixelated black smoke. Made Knuckles turn and punch Sonic, but Sonic managed the black pixelated smoke before I can even land a hit. That terrible laugh went off again. Then Sonic appeared behind Knuckles again, and then I made him punch him again. Sonic vanished again, laughing. There is so many agains in this sentence. Knuckles was panicking even more, and even I felt like I was going crazy. Sonic was practically playing with us. He's playing a sick, twisted little mind game with me and Knuckles. Another cutscene plays as Knuckled fell to his knees and clutched his head sobbing. Felt his agony. Sonic was driving us both crazy. And then in a split second, Sonic lunged at Knuckles and the screen went black with another distorted screeching noise that lasted for 3 seconds. Another text message appeared. So many souls to play with, so little time. Would you agree? The hell was just what is going on? I started to think Sonic was actually trying to talk to me through the game, but I was too scared to think that. I was brought back to the main menu, and this time the second file box had Knuckles in the TV screen. His red fur had darkened to a reddish gray. His dreadlocks were dripping with blood. And his eyes were black and bleeding too. He had a look of sadness on his face. I began to think that those are the actual characters trapped in those TV screens on the save files, but I couldn't believe it. I didn't want to believe it. So I shut off the game and took a break. I took a nap. Wish I hadn't, because then I began to have the most disturbing nightmare. I was in pitch black darkness, though I was under the light given off by my lamp that hung up high above my head. I could hear the cries of Knuckles and Tails nearby. They were saying stuff like, "Help us," and "Why did you give us to him? Run away before he gets you too." The cries died out as I then heard Sonic laugh. His laugh? It sounded a lot like the distorted laugh. How many times are you gonna say it's the Kefka laugh? You're a lot of fun to play with, kid, just like your friend Kyle, though he didn't last long. I was scared, looking around for the source of the voice. Won't be long now until you join him and all my other friends. So I'm walking towards me, flickering in and out of several directions. You can't run, kid. You're in my world now, just like the others. When he grabbed me and I saw his bleeding, black and red-eyed, grinning face, I woke up with a fright. After a couple of hours, I decided to continue playing the game. I don't know why, but I had to know. I had to figure out why this was happening. So I turned on the computer, turned on the game, and selected Robotnik next. I still thought that was wacky playing as Robotnik. But anyway, the level title appeared again, and this time it said ... which I found really freaky. This time it was in some kind of hallway. It didn't really look like it was from any of the classic Sonic games, so it has a pixelated style. The floor was shiny and checkered, the walls were dark grayish purple with animated candlelights, and a few dark bloodstains here and there. There's a dark red curtain hanging above on the top of the screen. Every 12 seconds or so, that red curtain sways very slowly. Whenever you're playing the game, you can barely see it move. The music was oddly pleasant, a piano playing rather a sad yet peaceful song, but I knew better. This was the song that played in Heal Act 1, only it wasn't in reverse. Robotnik didn't look entirely nervous like Tails and Knuckles did, but he did have a suspicious look on his face, as if he was just a bit paranoid. He did a little animation when I just left him standing. He turned his head left and then to the right, at least twice, and then shrugs at me. as if he has no idea where he was or what was going on. Even though I was scared out of my mind about what was about to going to happen, I had Robotnik continue onward. His usual running animation. You know, when you beat the end of a classic Sonic game, you chase him. As we continued through the hallway. Then I saw up a long flight of stairs leading downward. Now I was nervous. Even Robotnik seemed unsure of himself, though I pressed onward. As I led Robotnik down the stairs, I noticed the walls have gotten darker and more reddish. The torches are now an eerie blue. Then we landed into another hallway. This one was longer than the last one. Or at least it felt like it. Then we headed down another flight of stairs. This one was much longer. Took at least 1 full minute. Then I heard that horrid Kefka laugh again, with the music slowly fading until it was quiet. As it did, the walls turned more dark red and the torches were a black flame now. Robotnik landed onto the third hallway. I noticed now he looked really creeped out. Though he tried to hide it, I couldn't blame him. I was scared too. Suddenly Sonic popped right in front of Robotnik in the same way he did Knuckles, and then Red Static. The red static lasted for about 15 seconds, and then it showed me the most unpleasant image. The image showed a hyper-realistic of Sonic standing in the darkness, where you can only see his face while his head, torso fade into black. When I say hyper-realistic, I mean he looks so real you could actually see the lines in his blue fur, so you could actually feel the fur if you touched the skin. Hyper-realistic furry. His face, oh god, he had the most horrifying smile I had ever seen. That's saying something considering I saw the image at the start of the game. His eyes are wide and black and once again crying blood, which also looked hyper-realistic. And there were two small glowing red dots in those black eyes staring right at me. They were staring into my mind. His grin was wide and demonic. It literally stretched the sides of his face like a Cheshire cat, except Sonic had fangs, very sharp fangs. Much like the werewolf's teeth, except more vicious looking. Somewhat yellowish, and from the look of it, he had stains of blood and small bits of flesh on his lips and fangs as if he ate some animal. I stared at that gruesome image for a good 30 seconds, never taking my eyes off it, as if he was actually looking at me, smiling at me. That face took just 10 seconds for it to etch itself into my brain for good. Then the screen flickered with the red static again 3 times. And on the third time, I heard the Kefka laugh, except this time it sounded distorted, demonic even. It went back to the image again, except this time there were text again. Oh, it was messed up. It was pretty much one of the most horrifying things I looked at since I had started this game. I am God. It was when I read that message while looking at Sonic when it hit me. I realized right then and there that Sonic was a monster, a pure, evil, sadistic, all-powerful, nightmarish, demented monster. And all of his victims, including Tails, Knuckles, Robotnik, and possibly Kyle, are just his little toys. And this game is the very gateway into his chaotic, nightmarish world and the very hell his victims are trapped in. Suddenly, in an actual split second, I screamed as Sonic lunged at the screen, screeching loudly with his mouth wide open to an unnatural length, revealing nothing but a literal spiraling abyss of pure darkness before the red static came again. This time much louder and distorted, so loud it hurt my ears. I yelled and grabbed my ears as the red static screeched for a good 7 seconds. Then it stopped and showed nothing but black screen. As I sat there staring at the black screen, one text came up. Ready for round 2, Tom? The Kefka laugh, now sounding more clear as if Sonic was right behind me, played again 3 times as I looked at that text in shock and confusion. Then I got booted back to the main menu, and this time the third save file had a TV image of Robotnik in the same tormented state as Tails and Knuckles. Robotnik's skin turned a dull gray, his mustache drooped and had blackened, his glasses broke and blood is coming from them, and he had a mere dead-like expression on his face. I looked at Tails, Knuckles, and Robotnik, and I cried a bit. I pity them for the agony they're going through. They were forever trapped within the game, forever tormented by that horrid hedgehog, and always will be. Then the computer shut itself off. I couldn't turn it back on no matter what I did. I sat there for maybe 25 seconds, horrified by what just had happened. Sonic is the very embodiment of evil. He tortures people who plays his game in more ways than one. When he gets bored, he drags you into the game, literally drags you to hell. He can play with you always as his toy. I can't get the game out of my computer. I still think it's stuck there, but at least I managed to turn it back on now. After I sat there for 25 seconds, I heard a voice right behind me, like a whisper. Try to keep this interesting for me, Tom. I turned around to see where the voice came from, and what I saw made me scream. Sitting on my bed, staring right at me, was a Sonic plushie smiling with bloodstains under its eyes. And that was it. The end. That was Sonic.exe. This sucks. How did this get so popular? Hi, Shady. You miss Shady.exe. Oh, we're not done yet. You missed the full reading. This is all gonna go up on YouTube, by the way. This will be on a VOD to watch if you so feel inclined. Mm. But as a part of our Creepypasta Wednesdays, we're also going to be playing the fan game. So if you may or may not know, someone, not the original Creepypasta creator, created a game for Sonic.exe. Alright, pause that for a second. So they made a game for Sonic.exe, so we're gonna be playing the actual Sonic.exe. Yeah, the game is what blew it up. Yeah, I'm about to say, there's no way this shit got popular, bro. That was so bad. Alright. It's starting off immediately, so let me go ahead and, like, restart this. You may have to do window cap. Oh, that is not that one. Oh. How the hell was this shit, like... Alright, hold on. Let me see if I can get this to work. And now I'm gonna have to do, like, actual capture. And there we go. Alright, we're gonna restart again. Cause it starts off immediately. I put on EYX? No. Do I wanna know? I'm afraid. EYX is just Sonic.exe, we're good? Damn. Is that really? Alright. We're restarting because we're gonna go for the full effect. Oh no, I didn't capture immediately. Okay, well, it shows like the one like split second where Sonic's eyes are bleeding in his black eyes. It's like a split for the 5 seconds of frames. There were so many like seconds that he mentioned too. Yeah, we just finished reading the actual creepypasta for anyone joining us. Wait, we read the original Sonic.exe creepypasta, so now we're playing the fan game. Hello everybody, this is Chickzama. I am playing Sonic.exe. And there's this fan game that's been going around for a while, and I can't do the Markiplier voice. Alright, so it looks like I can't pick anyone else right now. We're gonna pick Tails. Like the creepypasta. Is that the Kef collab? Alright, does he do something when I don't do anything? We'll have to wait. I'm actually never really a big Sonic fan. It's just, is it the song? No, it's not this. Is it? Is this actually from the Mr. Incredibles meme? Oh no, dead animals. And dead things. Why does Tails look kind of normal though? Jesus Christ. Why can't jump anymore? It's him, it's Sonic. You smile. Oh my god, it's so red static, guys! I just realized my forehead's kind of annoying, isn't it? Oh no, what happened?
Hello. Do you want to play with me?
Okay, that sound effect is actually really cool. Hold on. That's actually kind of sick with it. I'll pick up like the sound real quick too. No, creepy spaghetti. Thank you for the resub even. Tails looks so sad, he's crying! Tails is going through it, yeah. Take it easy, man. Thanks again for the resub. No, I can't jump! No, not Tails! Cried.
I will eat your heart.
Oh shit. Fatality. You're too slow.
Too slow. Want to try again?
Whoever did this voiceover is actually pretty sick. Oh, there's a TV screen of dying Tails. Apparently this game got updated even later on, way after this creepypasta was like... way after like even the creepypasta was popular. Yeah, they... Oh, we got the punch! Punch! This is awful frames. He has so much recovery on his punch. Not the red static. Now there's blood everywhere. What the fuck? I mean, why is all this ketchup everywhere? Surprise. He's haunting me like he's playing mind games with me.
You will die at my hands.
Oh no. Me when I get you.
So many souls to play with. So little time. Would you agree?
Now I play Dr. Robotnik. Trying to hit Haas with neutral. Yeah, actually. Oh no. Oh, this is the song I recognize. Like, even I recognize this stupid ass song. A big popular meme theme. And the flames turn into an eerie blue. They said it's the Gigas theme. I wasn't even big onto Sonic. I actually wasn't too big on like creepypastas back then. It captures what it was supposed to do very well. The accurate description, comparing it 1-to-1, is the accurate descriptions to the actual creepypasta. Or that evil laugh. And then the red static came for 10 minutes. 10 seconds. Holy shit, it's hyper realistic Sonic! With the blood from his eyes. If I didn't know any better, I would have said this was AI. It looks kind of like AI art. No computer could have matched this amazing art. Oh my god. And then he appeared hyper-realistic with hyper-realistic blood.
Ready for round
No!
2.
Okay, that's actually pretty cool. It took my computer name. That was a cute little touch. Why does it look like a... What does it say? This is new. What is this music, dude? Hey, I don't remember this. I don't remember hearing about this, I should say. Can I click anything off of this? Now I kind of want to look up what the Sonic game says in Japanese. Hold on. Okay, someone translated the text. There's a way to release ourselves. A spell to obtain our souls once more. Maybe because, okay, maybe it's using my computer language. Because I think my computer language is to JP, so maybe that's why it's showing it to me in JP. Or, oh wait, no, not. It's actually in Japanese. My bad. There are ways to free yourself, a spell to retrieve our souls again, but we must speak it. But when we speak, no sound, we are all deaf. So failure is inevitable, and I regret ever getting into my inner bet with the devil inside me. Immortality versus Snow Snatcher, Jake Shanley versus Gary Look. Ambition is overrated. What? Oh, it says Gary Cook versus Jake Shanley. Woo! Woo! What the fuck? Why is it Japanese? Okay, well that's Sonic.exe. This should sound like a Malachi Black promo. I was about to say, what is this? A wrestling promo? Yeah, how would this shit get popular? I mean, the game kind of like it followed the creepypasta very well, and I say they did a 1-for-1 on recreating it. So man, that was kind of ass. It was a different time. Yeah, the game was really well done. It was made over a decade ago. My favorite creepypasta was probably Ben Drowned. I always say it when it's brought up, but I actually participated in Ben Drowned. I think that was my first creepypasta too. I was like blown away by the concept of an alternate reality game. Alright, let's see. Yeah, that was ass. That was awful. We know what else is gonna be awful in a second? I'm probably going to get a Lawson's real quick. Or another drink. Before we start this next one. We're going to be starting Jeff the Killer. If anyone remembers that one. We're kind of just doing bad today. There's something I might want to play. What is this? What's this? I swear, if you send me like a jump scare ass. Oh, an Undertale EXE? That definitely sounds like... Yeah, that was the one thing though. We can shit on like Sonic.exe as much as we want, but like... It did start a really cool trend, because it was the very first. Like, even the writer themselves aside, it did start like a lot of cool ideas. People who could better execute them too, but... Yeah, the whole haunted video game thing came from that. The whole trope of finding a random video game that's possessed or something came from Sonic.exe. So, despite everything, it's still kind of important for, like, horror in general, actually. I might play that next time. Those are pretty neat. Alright, let me BRB real quick, actually. I am going to get lozenge, and we'll start Jeff the Killer in just a second. And I have a Jeff the Killer fan game too. There was a couple of them. So we're going to start that after the creepypasta. So let me BRB real quick, y'all. You can play. We have still no new redeems, kind of. If you're coming back again, you haven't been to the stream for a bit. We have a couple of redeems that you can play with while I'm gone. So I will be here. Ah. Hello? Oh wow, that shrunk me. Nor. Alright, we're checking my luck. Alright, we take those. We take those. Alright, gamers, we're back. I'm gonna put back on the creepy music. So, I guess I should probably show this on stream because I feel like it's kind of like an obligation in a way. Let me see right quick. So Jeff the Killer, I'm pretty sure its main popularity was from the image itself. And before I'm gonna mess up this thing. Hey, there we go. Image jump scare. Yeah, I feel like there was a lot of different rumors as to how this thing came to be. Some people saying that it was just the image that constantly got like edited, and it kept getting edited till it was something monstrous, and then it became like this image for the creepypasta. I think they solved the mystery a long time ago, but like I think it took a very long time for them to actually figure it out. Wait, that's the image that started it all. I don't like how Sonic.exe is right here too. I don't remember the grifter. Hmm. Alright, folks, we're moving on to Jeff the Killer. I mean, cough. Jeff the K-worder, my bad. My bad. Don't kill me, YouTube algorithm. Uh-huh. Alright, Jeff the Killer. Oh, let me put on the music too. Whoopsie. For YouTube guys. Let me know if the sound's okay, y'all. Do I sound alright? Or is it too low? Sounds good. Okay. Right. Jeff the Killer. Alright. Save me. Excerpt from a local newspaper. Ominous unknown. Oh shit, it's the unknown Dead by Daylight! Ah! Killer is still at large. After weeks of unexplained murders, the ominous unknown killer is still on the rise. After little evidence has been found, a young boy states that he survived one of the killer's attacks and bravely tells his story. I had a bad dream and I woke up in the middle of the night, says the boy. I saw that, for some reason, the window was open, even though I remember it being closed before I went to bed. I got up and shut it once more. Afterwards, I simply crawled in my covers and tried to get back to sleep. Oh. That's when I had a strange feeling. Like someone was watching me. I looked up and nearly jumped out of my bed. There, in a little ray of light illuminating from between my curtains, were a pair of two eyes. These weren't regular eyes, they were dark, ominous eyes, like they were bordered in black, just plain out terrified me. That's when I saw his mouth, a long, horrendous smile that made every hair on my body stand up. The figure stood there, watching me. Finally, after what seemed like forever, he said it. Simple phrase, but it said it in a way only a madman could speak. Said, "Go to sleep." I let out a scream, and that's what sent him at me. Pulled up a knife, aiming at my heart. He jumped on top of my bed. I fought him back, kicked, I punched, I rolled around, trying to knock himself off me. That's when his dad busted in. That's when my dad busted in. His dad. Going to Jeff to kill you. Is this actually how it goes at the beginning? I don't remember this, actually. The man threw the knife, it went into my dad's shoulder. Oh yeah, now I remember this part, okay. The man threw the knife, it went into my dad's shoulder. The man probably would have finished him off if one of the neighbors hadn't alerted the police. They drove into the parking lot and ran towards the door. The man turned and ran down the hallway. I heard a smash like glass making as I came out of my room. I saw the window that was pointing towards the back of my house was broken. Okay, this one's kind of silly, this music. Don't worry about this. This is appropriately edgy. And looked out in I looked out it to see him vanish in the distance. Tell you one thing, I'll never forget that face, those cold, evil eyes, and that psychotic smile. They'll never leave my head. I feel like someone corrected the grammar and punctuation in all this. Police are still on the look for this man. If you see anyone that fits the description in this story, please contact your local police department. Jeff and his family had just moved into the new neighborhood. His dad had gotten a promotion at work, and they thought it would be best to live in one of those fancy neighborhoods. Jeff and his brother Liu couldn't complain though. A new, better house. What was not to love? As they were getting unpacked, one of their neighbors came by. Hello, she said. I'm Barbara. I live across the street from you. Well, I just want to introduce myself and to introduce my son. Turns around and calls her son over. Billy, these are our new neighbors. Billy said hi and ran back to play in his yard. This is kind of silly now. All said Jeff's mom, I'm Margaret, and this is my husband Peter, and my two sons Jeff and Leo. And they each introduced themselves, and then Barbara invited them to her son's birthday. Jeff and his brothers were about to object when their mother said that they would love to. When Jeff and his family were done packing, Jeff went up to his mom. Why did you invite us to some kid's party? We hadn't noticed. I'm not some dumb kid. This guy's insufferable. Jeff, said his mother, we just moved here. We should show that we want to spend time with our neighbors. Now we're going to that party, and that's final. Now fuck the neighbors. Jeff started to talk, but stopped himself, knowing that he couldn't do anything. Whenever his mom said something, it was final. He walked up to his room and plopped down on his bed. He sat there looking at his ceiling when suddenly he got a weird feeling. Not so much a pain, but a weird feeling. He dismissed it as some random feeling. He heard his mother called him down to get his stuff, and he walked down to get it. The next day, Jeff walked down the stairs to get breakfast and got ready for school. As he sat there eating his breakfast, he once again got that feeling. This time it was stronger. Gave him a slight tugging pain, but he once again dismissed it. As he and Liu finished breakfast, they walked down to the bus stop. They sat there waiting for the bus, and then all of a sudden, some kid on a skateboard jumped over them, only inches above their laps. Radical. They both jumped back in surprise. Hey, what the hell? The kid landed and turned back to them. He kicked his skateboard up and caught it with his hands. The kid seemed to be about 12, 1 year younger than Jeff. He wears an Arrow shirt. What? I like why we have to focus on this guy's a prep. And ripped blue jeans. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It looks like we got some new schmeat. Suddenly, the two other kids appeared. One was super skinny and the other was huge. Well, since you're new here, I'd like to introduce ourselves. Over there is Keith, Jeff, and Louie. Liu? Swear to God, I'm gonna get like schmixed on this name. What kind of name is this anyway? Looked over to the skinny kid. He had a dopey face that you would expect a sidekick to have. And he's Troy. He looked over to the fat kid. Talk about double R. Oh my god! Bro. Kid looked like he had to exercise since she was crawling. Bro, what the fuck? And I, said the first kid, am Randy. Now, for all the kids in the neighborhood, there's a small price for bus fare. If you catch my drift. Liu standing up, ready to punch the lights out of the kid's eyes when one of his friends pulled a knife on him. Tisk, tisk, tisk. I hoped you would be more cooperative, but it seems like you must do this the hard way. Kid walked up to Louis? I'm just gonna say Louis, and took his wallet out of his pocket. Jeff got that feeling again. Now it was truly strong, a burning sensation. He stood up, but Louis gestured him to sit down. Jeff ignored him and walked up to the kid. Listen here, you little punk. Give back my bro's wallet or else. Randy put the wallet in his pocket and pulled out his own knife. Oh, and what will you do? Why do you like 4-year-olds with knives? What the fuck? Just as he finished the sentence, Jeff popped the kid in the nose. Go for him. As Randy reached for his face, Jeff grabbed the kid's wrist and broke it. Randy screamed and Jeff grabbed the knife from his hand. Troy and Keith rushed Jeff, but Jeff was too quick. He threw Randy to the ground. Keith lashed out at him, but Jeff ducked and stabbed him in the arm. When did he grab his knife? Keith dropped his knife and fell to the ground, screaming. Troy rushed him too, but Jeff didn't even need the knife. He just punched Troy straight in the stomach. and Troy went down as he fell, puked all over. Ugh. Louis could do nothing but look in amazement at Jeff. Jeff, how'd you? That was all he said. They saw the bus coming and they knew they'd be blamed for the whole thing, so they started running as fast as they could. As they ran, they looked back and saw the bus driver rushing over to Randy and the others. As Jeff and Louis made it to school, they didn't dare tell what happened. All they did was sit and listen. Louis just thought of that as his brother beating up a few kids, but Jeff knew it was more. It was something scary. As he got that feeling, he felt how powerful it was. The artist had just hurt someone. He didn't like how it sounded, but he couldn't help but feeling happy. He felt that strange feeling go away and stay away for the entire day of school. Even as he walked home due to the whole thing near the bus stop, and how now he probably wouldn't be taking the bus anymore, he felt happy. When he got home, his parents asked him how his day was, and he said in a somewhat ominous voice, "It was a wonderful day." Next morning, he heard a knock at the front door. He walked down to find two police officers at the door, his mother looking back at him with an angry look. That Jeff the K-pop? Hey, fiery. No, not that K-word. Jeff, these officers tell me that you attacked 3 kids, that it wasn't regular fighting if they were stabbed. Stabbed, son! Jeff's gaze fell to the floor, showing his mother that it was true. Mom, they were the ones who pulled the knives on me and Louie. Son, said one of the cops, we found 3 kids, 2 stabbed, 1 having bruise on his stomach, and we have witnesses proving that you fled the scene. And now what does that tell us? Jeff knew it was no use. He could say him and Louis had been attacked, but there was no proof it was not them who attacked first. They couldn't say that they were fleeing, because they truth be told they were. They weren't fleeing because truth be told they were. So Jeff couldn't defend himself or Louis. Son, call your brother. Call down your brother. Jeff couldn't do it since it was him who beat up all the kids. Sir, it was me. I was the one who beat up the kids. Louis tried to hold me back, but he couldn't stop me. Cops look at his partner and they both nod. Well, kids, looks like a year in June. Just straight off. Wait, says Louis. They all looked at him holding a knife. Officers pulled their guns and locked them on Louis. What the hell? This kid is like younger than like the 10 or 11. What? And they're pulling a gun on him? Bro. It was me. I beat up those little punks. Have the marks to prove it. He lifted up his sleeves to reveal cuts and bruises as he was in a struggle. Most realistic part of the story, Jesus Christ. Son, put the knife down, said the officer. Louis held up the knife and dropped it to the ground. Why did he hold it up first? They would have been gotten shot, bro. He put his hands up and walked over to the cops. No, Louis, it was me. I did it. Jeff had tears running down his face. Huh? Poor bro. Trying to take the blame for what I did? Well, take me anyway. The police led Louis out to the patrol car. Louis, tell them it was me. Tell me I was the one who beat up those kids. Jeff's mother put her hands on his shoulders. Jeff, please, you don't have to lie. We all know it's Louis. You can stop. Jeff watched helplessly as the cop car speeds off with Louis inside. A few minutes later, Jeff's dad pulled into the driveway, seeing Jeff's face and knowing something was wrong. Son? Son, what is it? Jeff couldn't answer. His vocal cords were strained from crying. Instead, Jeff's mother walked his father inside to break the bad news to him and Jeff as Jeff wept in the driveway. After an hour or so, Jeff walked back into the house, seeing his parents were both shocked, sad, and disappointed. He couldn't look at them. He couldn't see how they thought of Louis when it was his fault. Alright, we're skipping to the next song. He couldn't see how they thought of Louis when it was his fault. He just went to sleep, trying to get the whole thing off his mind. 2 days went by with no words from Louis at JDC. No friends to hang out with, nothing but sadness and guilt. That is until Saturday when Jeff is woke by his mother with a happy, sunshiny face. Jeff, it's the day, she said, opening up the curtains and let the light flood into his room. What's today? Asked Jeff as he stirs awake. Why, it's Billy's party. He was now fully awake. Mom, you're joking, right? You don't expect me to go to some kid's party after. There's a long pause. Jeff, we both know what happened. I think this party could be the thing that brightens up these past days. Now get dressed. Jeff's mother walked out of the room and downstairs to ready herself. He fought himself to get up. He picked out a random shirt, a pair of jeans, and walked downstairs. He saw his mother and father all dressed up, his mother in a dress and his father in a suit. He thought, why would they ever wear such fancy clothes to a kid's party? Son, is that all you're going to wear? Said Jeff's mom. Better than wearing too much, he said. His mother pushed down the feeling to yell at him and hid it with a smile. Okay, some of the songs in this playlist are kind of corny. Good, but actually, you know, I guess it would kind of fit, honestly. Now, Jeff, they may be overdressed, but this is how you go if you want to make an impression. Don't worry about it. It fits the vibe. Jeff grunted and went back up to his room. I almost lost my place for a second. I don't have any fancy clothes, he yelled downstairs. Just pick out something, called his mother. He looked around his closet for what he would call fancy. He found a pair of black dress pants he had for special occasions and an undershirt. Couldn't find a shirt to go with it, though. He looked around and only found striped and patterned shirts, none of which go with dress pants. Finally, he found a white hoodie and put it on. You're wearing that? They both said. His mother looked at her watch. Oh, no time to change. Let's just go. He said as she herded Jeff and his father out the door. They crossed the street over to Barbara and Billy's house. They knocked on the door and it appeared that Barbara, just like his parents, way overdressed. As they walked inside, all Jeff could see were adults, so no kids. Kids are out in the yard. Jeff, how about you go meet some of them? Said Barbara. Jeff walked outside to a yard full of kids. They were running around in weird cowboy costumes and shouting each other with plastic guns. He might as well be standing in a Toys R Us. Suddenly, a kid came up to him and handed him a toy gun and a hat. Hey, you wanna play? Chucky mentioned. No kid, I'm way too old for this stuff. Kid looked at him with a weird puppy dog face. Please, said the kid. Fine, said Jeff. Put on a hat and started to pretend to shoot at the kids. At first he thought it was totally ridiculous, but then he started to actually have fun. It might not have been super cool, but it was the first time he had done something that took his mind off of Louis. So he played with the kids for a while until he heard a noise. A weird rolling noise. Then it hit him. Randy, Troy, and Keith all jumped over the fence on their skateboards. Jeff dropped the fake gun and ripped off the hat. Randy looked at Jeff with a burning hatred. What do you mean this kid just like came out of nowhere? What? I feel like I could probably repeat the last song and kind of fitting. Hold on. We're going to repeat this one. He's a real hashtag hater. I say like, what's this kid? Yeah, ignore that. it? Find it? Bro moment. Wait, there we go. Hello, Jeff, is it? He said. We have some unfinished business. Jeff saw his bruised nose. I think we're even. I beat the crap out of you, and you got my brother sent to JDC. Randy got an angry look in his eyes. Oh no, I don't go for even. I go for winning. You may have kicked our asses that one day, but not today. We said that as Randy rushed at Jeff. They both fell to the ground. Randy punched Jeff in the nose, and Jeff grabbed him by the ears and headbutted him. Damn! Jeff can fight. Jeff pushed Randy off him and both rose to their feet. Kids were screaming and parents were running out of the house. Troy and Keith both pulled guns out of their pockets. What? Why do these 10, 11, 12-year-olds have guns? No interrupts or guts reply, they said. Randy pulled a knife on Jeff and stabbed it into his shoulder. Jeff screamed and fell to his knees. Randy started kicking him in the face. Bro? I just like we're at a party with a bunch of 10-year-olds? 9-year-olds? After 3 hits, Jeff grabs his foot and twists it, causing Randy to fall to the ground. Jeff stood up and walked towards the back door. Troy grabbed him. Need some help? He picks Jeff up by the back of his collar and throws him through the patio door. As Jeff tries to stand, he is kicked down to the ground. Jeff repeatedly starts kicking Jeff until he starts to cough up blood. Come on, Jeff, fight me. He picks Jeff up and throws him into the kitchen. Randy sees a bottle of vodka on the counter and smashes the glass over Jeff's head. Fight! He throws Jeff back into the living room. Bro, why can Jeff also fight? Or not freaking, wait. Randy. For a second I was like, yeah, why both of them can fight? What the hell are with these kids? What are they built on? Why are these kids built different? Why are these kids built different? Come on, Jeff, look at me. Jeff glances up, his face brittle with blood. That's kind of metal. I was the one who got your brother sent to JDC, and now you're just gonna sit here and let him rot in there for a whole year? It's only a year? You should be ashamed. Jeff starts to get up. Oh, finally you stand and fight. Jeff is now to his feet, blood and vodka on his face. Why does he have vodka? Where'd the vodka come from? Once again, he gets that strange feeling, the one which he hasn't felt for a while. Finally, he's up, says Randy as he runs at Jeff. That's when it happens. Something inside Jeff snaps. His psyche is destroyed. All rational thinking is gone. All I can do is kill. Oh yeah, right, yeah. That's one of like, but why is there vodka there at a kid's party? He grabs Randy and pile drives him into the ground. He gets on top of him and punches him straight in the heart. Punch causes Randy's heart to stop. As Randy grasps for breath, Jeff hammers down on him, punch after punch. Blood gushes from Randy's body until he takes one final breath and dies. Everyone is looking at Jeff now. The parents, the crying kids, even Troy and Keith, although they easily break from their gaze to point their guns at Jeff. Jeff sees the guns trained on him and runs for the stairs. As he runs, Troy and Keith and let out fire on him. Each shot missing. Looks like a bunch of kids and adults here. They're just shooting. Jeff runs up the stairs. I would like to imagine he's doing the Naruto run up the stairs. Can we like note that he's doing that right now? He hears Troy and Keith fall up behind as they let their final rounds of bullets. Jeff ducks into the bathroom. He grabs the towel rack and rips it off the He grabs the towel rack and rips it off the wall. Troy and Keith race in, knives ready. Troy swings his knife at Jeff, who backs away and bangs the towel rack into Troy's face. Troy goes down hard, and now all that's left is Keith. He is more agile than Troy, though, and ducks when Jeff swings the towel rack. He dropped the knife and grabbed Jeff by the neck. He pushed him into the wall. A thing of bleach fell down on top of him from the top of the shelf. It burnt both of them and they started to scream. Jeff wiped his eyes as best as he could. He pulled back the towel rack and swung it straight into Keith's head. As he lay there bleeding to death, he let out an ominous smile. "What's so funny?" asked Jeff. Keith pulled out a lighter and switched it on. "What's funny," he said, "is that you're covered in bleach and alcohol." Jeff's eyes widened as Keith threw a lighter at him. As soon as the flame made contact with him, the flames ignited the alcohol in the vodka. While the alcohol burned him, the bleach bleached his skin. No, it's not how bleach works. Jeff let out a terrible screech as he caught on fire. Tried to roll out the fire, but there was no use. The alcohol had made him a walking inferno. He ran down the hall. Oh my god, not the bleach. Ran down the hall and fell down the stairs. Everybody started screaming as they saw Jeff, now a man of fire. This is like an 11-year-old kid! Dropped to the ground nearly dead. Well, he was saying the bleach bleached his skin, is what they were saying. Like, I'm assuming that's why he's white and like extra white in the image. The last thing Jeff saw was his mother and the other parents trying to extinguish the flame. That's when he passed out. When Jeff woke, he had a cast wrapped around his face. Couldn't see anything, but he felt a cast on his shoulder and stitches all over his body. He tried to stand up, but he realized that there was some tube in his arm. His arm? When he tried to get up, it fell out. The nurse rushed in. "I don't think you get out of bed just yet," she said as she put him back on the bed and reinserted the tube. Jeff just sat there, with no vision, no idea what his surroundings were. Finally, after hours, he heard his mother. "Honey, are you okay?" she asked. Jeff couldn't answer, though. His face was covered. He was unable to speak. "Well, honey, I have great news. Witnesses told the police that Randy confessed to trying to attack you, and he decided to let Louis go." Made Jeff almost bolt up, stopping halfway, remembering the tube coming out of his arm. "We'll be out by tomorrow, and you two will be able to be together again." Jeff's mother hugs Jeff and says her goodbyes. The next couple of weeks were those where Jeff was visited by his family. And then came the day where his bandages were to be removed. His family were all there to see what he would look like. As the doctors unwrapped the bandages from Jeff's face, everyone was on the edge of their seats. They waited until the last bandage hiding the cover over his face was almost removed. "Let's hope for the best," the doctor said. Louis pulls the cloth, letting the rest fall from Jeff's face. Jeff's mother screams at the sight of his face. Louis and Jeff's dad were awestruck at his face. What? What happened to my face? Jeff said. He rushed out of bed and ran to the bathroom. He looked at the mirror and saw the cause of the distress. His face, it's horrible. His lips were burnt to a deep shade of red, his face was turned to a pure white color, and his hair signed from brown to black. He slowly put his hand to his face. It had a sort of leathery feel to it now. Looked back at his family, then back at the mirror. Jeff, said Louis, it's not that bad. Not that bad, said Jeff. It's perfect. His family were equally surprised. Jeff started laughing uncontrollably. His parents noticed that his left eye and hand were twitching. Jeff, are you okay? Okay, I've never felt more happy. Look at me. This face goes perfectly with me. He couldn't stop laughing. He stroked his face, feeling it, looking at the mirror. Looking at it in the mirror. What caused this? Well, you may recall that when Jeff was fighting Randy, something in his mind, his sanity snapped. Now he was left as a crazy killing machine, that is. His parents didn't know. He's a crazy killing machine, y'all. Doctor, said Jeff's mom, is my son alright, in the head? Oh yes, this behavior is typical for patients that have taken a very large amount of painkillers. His behavior doesn't change in a few weeks. Bring him back here and we'll give him a psychological test. Well, thank you, doctor. Jeff's mother went over to Jeff. Jeff, sweetie, it's time to go. Jeff looks away from the mirror, his face still formed into a crazy smile. Hey, mommy. Ha ha ha. His mother took him by the shoulder and took him to get his clothes. This is what came in, says the lady at the desk. Jeff's mom looked down to see the black dress pants and a white hoodie her son wore. Now they were clean of blood and now stitched. How did those things survive? Jeff's mother led him to his room and made him put his clothes on. Then they left, not knowing this was their final day of life. Yeah, that night, Jeff's mother woke to the sound coming from the bathroom. She sounded as if someone was crying. She slowly walked over to see what it was. When she looked into the bathroom, she saw a horrendous sight. Jeff had taken a smile and carved a smile into his cheeks. You want to know how I got these scores? Jeff, what are you doing? Asked his mother. Jeff looked over to his mother. I couldn't keep smiling, Mommy. It hurt after a while. Now I can smile forever. Jeff's mother noticed his eyes ringed in black. Jeff, your eyes! His eyes were seemingly never closing. Couldn't see my face. I got tired of my eyes starting to close. I burned out the eyelids so I could forever see myself, my new face. Jeff's mother slowly started to back away, seeing her son was going insane. What's wrong, Mommy? Aren't I beautiful? Yes, son, she said. Yes, you are. But let me go get Daddy so he can see your face. She ran into the room and shook Jeff's dad from his sleep. Honey, get the gun. She stopped as she saw Jeff in the doorway hiding a knife. Their first instinct was like, tell him to shoot him? Mommy, you lied. It's the last thing they hear Jeff. That's the last thing they hear as Jeff rushes them with the knife, gutting both of them. His brother Louis woke up, startled by some noise. He didn't hear anything else, so he just shut his eyes and tried to go back to sleep. As he was on the border of slumber, he got the strangest feeling that someone was watching him. He looked up before Jeff's hand covered his mouth. So he slowly raised the knife, ready to plunge into Louis. Louis stressed here and there, trying to escape Jeff's grip. Shh, Jeff said. Just go to sleep. Was this the same kid at the beginning? Oh, yeah, it is. Okay. I think. Like, bro went insane because of, like, his brother, essentially. And then he kills his brother? Like, what is this? What the fuck? That's, like, kind of counterproductive. Like, bro got so upset about his brother, then went insane, then he tries to go ahead and kill his own brother after that? Like, what? This is also another case of bad writing. Though it's surprisingly more coherent than the other one. Surprisingly. Death by Killer is definitely one of the first creepypastas, or at least more well-known ones, but also kind of sucks. Thanks, I hate it. I'm wondering if like this edition was like rewritten, because I could have sworn there were like a lot of like typos. This was actually readable. It didn't seem to have that much typoed. OG1 is lost media. Interesting. Well, so we're actually going to be following a fan game that is supposedly a follow-up to this. The synopsis is, it's been 3 years since the loss of your parents. Now you've got out of the orphanage and you want to find your missing brother, which might still be alive somewhere. It's called Reunion. So I guess we're playing Louis. I'm gonna see if this actually works. This game is not canon. What is this art? Music is like very quiet right now. Oh, this will be. Apparently, there's a sequel to this. I don't know if I'm gonna play the sequel on stream. Oh, we can play through this one. Oh, we got cutscenes. What do you have there? A knife. It's been 3 years since I lost my parents. Now I'm an adult and I got out of the orphanage. I have a brother. He's missing. I believe he's still alive somewhere. It's time to find him. Guess we're ignoring the fact he tried to kill you? New objective, locate the abandoned building and look for your brother. Can I pick up the volume for this? It seems kind of low. Can y'all hear it? Wait, why does it look like Slender now? Alright, fellas. Also, I probably should change the category, huh? Now we're putting it back to the... Okay. On me away downtown. Let me in. Let me in. I'm trying to get inside the building. Oh. Why is there an elevator here? How big is this building? Elevator key. We. Can I just go to the window anyway? What do you mean? This is a fire hazard. What do you mean there's no stairs? Hello? Why is there no, like, buttons either? Oh, what the fuck? How big is this building? Those look like only 2 floors. Why is there an elevator? Also, I hate elevators. I can't pick up any of this. Okay, I got a blubber? Question mark? It's like Resident Evil. Why is this shaking so much? Oh, it's missing. I feel like I've seen this like layout before in another horror game. I have a feeling this game is gonna be so jank. I feel like I'm gonna be janked out. Okay. So I hate that the category is just Jeff the Killer. This so cursed. That I want Kaz to close the door. I'm gonna get jump scared, I feel it. There's a lot of flammable things. I have a feeling we're just either gonna have to stuff them in like the room and set them on fire again. Huh. Like, what are these extra rooms? What the fuck? It's him! It's Jeff the Killer! Whoa! Quick time event? Aw, shit, bro. It's old Jeffy. Evil looking ass. Oh, it's Jeffrey! Why? Okay, why does he look like L? Oh shit, Swooby! Joseph the Killer. That's not the valve after you're done. If he locked the fucking stairs. Watch him kind of like jump through the window. They seem nice. No, nah, don't fall for it. Can y'all see me in the dark? Oh shit. Well, why did you just stop? Honestly, I kind of like the vibe of this game. Oh shit, why are they after me? Can you like go fuck off? Disappear? Oh shit, okay. Oh, is he gonna try and grab my legs? Or is he right there? I hate enclosed spaces. This is the worst. How can I turn around like that? Oh, you can hear someone else in the thing. Oh, that is so awful. I'm not looking behind. He's behind me. I'm probably dead, actually. Oh no? That's a nice little touch, actually. I stop moving for a second, I can hear him behind me. Or somewhere in these vents. He's venting! Well, that actually scared me. That got me. My flashlight's broken. Why did he did the fucking FNAF jump scare. He drafted in pasta. He did like the FNAF jump scare. It was like, which one was it? Jesus Christ. Oh, now I have to start right here. Jack the poser. Now, bro was doing the FNAF. Was it FNAF 4? Where they kind of just like zoom into like the camera and pose. He's doing the FNAF pose where it's not scary. I'm curious if he's actually following us. Or is it just sound effects? I think it's just sound effects, but that's a nice touch actually. Jeff the Imposter. Am I supposed to go here actually? Okay. Bruh! I got caught. That thing fell in front of me. Bridge. Okay, so now we know there's something that falls there, and then if we got it, everything get got very easily. Yeah, this game's actually, I feel like it's better than it should be. Really funny how like the creepypasta games are better than the creepypasta. There's like some silly points, but I feel like that's also in line with the creepypasta itself. I don't seem to really get tired either. I'm like, where is he coming from? Oh shit, I got stuck on the wall. Help. pressing the W key. Okay, we're good. It's actually a really good shot, too. Grunge. 3 years ago. I'm beautiful. Oh shit. It's him, Jeffrey. Bentful. It's Legion. Shut up. You better not say like, oh, give Jeff the killer a Legion or Legion and Jeff the killer skin. Oh god. I guess this is the go to sleep part. Okay, yeah.
It's okay, Lou. Just go to sleep.
Shut up. That was actually pretty good. What? I'm pleasantly surprised. So they made them all and the voice? Damn. The AI on like the pipe part was kind of weird, but you know, that was a nice little like short couple minute game. Oh, sad I missed the remake because of the food handler thing. I'm gonna upload this to YouTube, so if you guys want to go back and watch it. Don't look after me, Jeff. So he let me go? I like that actually. There it seemed really out there, but also this creepypasta was out there. That was pretty good for like a couple of minutes of gaming. Now I kind of want to see what the sequel is because there says there's a sequel. Oh no! Damn, should we do this another time? Because this is kind of like its own other creepypasta. Maybe we should, yeah, we should do this another time. The sequel is actually for Jane the Killer. After the events of Reunion, what was the game we just played, Liu went back home. What he doesn't realize is that there is still one more person to worry about. Revenge Jane the Killer. Yeah, that's the Mary Sue-esque Jeff the Killer thing. We can read that another time. That is also its own like long thing. Yeah, we'll go ahead and call it for now then. Bro. GG's. That was like I said, I was surprised. The actual like fan games are better than the actual creepypasta. I feel like the benefit of like any of this is going to be playing the fan games. But yeah, those were pretty good. The creepypastas again, those were kind of ass, but they did start off like a whole trend of these spooky, scary internet stories. So yeah, I guess we can't hate them that much, but They're definitely not good. Well, it was fun to read through them though. I hope you all enjoyed that. We will be doing this again and going to be doing more of these. I guess for like at least a month. We'll see more later, I guess. Of creepypasta readings and then playing fan games of the creepypastas. So I guess next time we'll do Jane the Killer and I'll probably do Eyeless Jack next time. And we'll be moving the time down to like 9:30 for start time. Next Wednesday. Candle Cove? We'll do Candle Cove for sure. And we have to do Bend Round because that's my favorite. Though I couldn't seem to find like any fan games for Bend Round, but that's alright. That one's more of like you have to watch a lot too. I don't know if we'll watch everything for Bend Round, but I definitely want to watch like I guess the season 1 of Bend Round before it goes off the rails. Yeah, thanks again everyone. If you're new to the stream, be sure to follow me on Twitter and join the Discord. I will be streaming again. Let me double check my times again. I forgot. Oh yeah, tomorrow's going to be a little bit earlier. We will be playing Alien Isolation at 5 o'clock CDT tomorrow. That's gonna be... I've been wanting to play that game for a while, so I'm excited. That's Alien Isolation. Then on Friday, we'll be playing Under Night at 6. We'll be learning Uni and playing on Loverless for the first time. Then we will streaming WSC, the NA bracket, on Saturday. And Sunday, we'll be playing in the Tamper Never Sleeps Central Fiction bracket. For now, though, we're gonna go ahead and sign out. I'm going to see who is alive. Read. For now, though, take it easy and y'all have a good one. Thank you for tuning in. And I will catch you all tomorrow. Good night, though.